Okay, continuing on with part two of my very old boxed up album unveiling that I haven't seen in over 30 years. Just got them this weekend. Looking forward to the rest of the box. I unboxed a lot of box one here in the previous video. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. Also, I'd like to mention this is my very first time making a video on YouTube of myself, so go easy on me. I don't really know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing technically, but I don't know what I'm doing as far as, being a YouTube presenter or anything like that. So, anyway, I finished off with Gary Moore, Corridors of Power, in the last video. So, continuing on with box one, I'm going to pull out the next LP, and that is In Excess Kick. Another album I don't remember buying. Um, Although they were very big at the time. And I usually bought albums for the guitarmanship in it, and I don't really remember much of this other than the hit songs, but it is what it is. This was a good one. Okay, if you were around the Austin music scene, Austin, Texas, in the 80s and 90s, you would have heard of this band. Outside of that, I'm not sure, but he was very well known in and around uh, Central Texas. That's Van Wilkes Band. Boys Town. That's a fun album. He was a very good showman. Had some cool songs. I'm not sure how big this album got, uh, but I bet you this is very hard to find these days. Van Wilkes, Boys Town. Great. I love it. That brings back some memories of seeing them live. Who did I think I may have seen them open for Stevie Ray Vaughan. I think I saw him at an Aquafest in Austin. I've seen him a few times, but he always put on a good show. Next, what is this? I don't know what this is or how I got it, but it's a Maxell sampler. Interesting. I'm just pulling them out as I get them, guys. I haven't looked at these beforehand at all. Apparently, I must have got this free. I do see a Hold On by Triumph on here, which is a cool song. Coming Home, The Outlaws. Styx, You Need Love. Poco, never really listened to them very much. Probably missing out there. Hall & Oates, interesting. I don't know how I got this, but it's here. One of the other all-time great people from around Central Texas, Dallas and Austin. Legend, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I saw him many, many times in Austin. A lot of times for free. He'd give out free concerts by Town Lake. Always put on a fantastic show. Really sad that he's gone, but this is when I originally bought it for $7.99. Wow, very cool. On to the next one. We have, wow, Eddie Money, Nothing to Lose. Saw him in concert. Eddie Money, I believe he was opening for Heart in the late 80s. Two Tickets to Paradise. I don't think that's on here, is it? No. But another classic showman. Used to be a detective, I believe, and went on to music, and I believe he also recently passed away. So, Eddie Money. Next, we have Robert Plant. And I would think I was holding it wrong. There we go. Not sure. I know this isn't his first solo album. It's probably his second. because I remember when he came out with the first one. And actually, now that I glance over, his first one is here, and I got it when it came out. I was hoping for a little bit of a harder edge, being a Led Zeppelin head, but he went a totally different style. And at the time, it worked, but to me, the guitar sound on it is really dated. I know they probably thought they were making a new modern sound, and probably for the time it was, but now it just sounds kind of hollow to me. Anyway, there are some good songs on it, but I definitely miss Jimmy Page on these. Another Robert Plant, Principle of Moments. I guess I got his first three. Also saw Plant live on his solo tour and did a great job. Loved it. But I was pretty much a metalhead. Not metal, but heavy rock back then. And, I missed I always wanted to see Zeppelin live. And the closest I got is seeing Robert Plant live and Jimmy Page live separately. But it is what it is. There's certain concerts I missed out on. Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, a couple of the biggest ones I wish I would have seen live. Never worked out for me. Okay, next. Fantastic guitar player. Saw him live in Austin. Alan Holdsworth, IOU. I have his autograph somewhere, and Charles told me it's in one of these albums. It must not be in this one. I saw him live downtown in Austin. Late 80s, probably. Unbelievable guitar player. His guitar sounds like a saxophone almost, but just unbelievable speed and smoothness. He doesn't really sound like a guitar. He also passed away recently, but talk to any top flight guitar player, and Alan Holdsworth is way up there. Next, we've got, going back to some classic rock, AC/DC, High Voltage. Great album. This is a great AC/DC album all the way through. Love every song on it. I think it's kind of underrated. Got Bon Scott on vocals. I like Bon Scott and Brian Johnson both. Did an excellent job, but this is just straight up classic rock and roll. Love it. Next, another Alan Holdsworth with IOU this time. Metal Fatigue is one of the songs on here. That's actually the name of the album. Let's see if the autograph is in this one. Nope, not in this one. So I guess that's coming up. I always thought if I listened to enough of these fantastic guitar players, some of their skill would rub off on me, and it never really happened. Okay, going out into the jazz realm, Jean-Luc Ponty. This is cool music to just chill out to. Just let it play, do your homework, studying, whatever. Really good stuff. And I see here, another reason why I bought it is because Alan Holdsworth is on guitar here. I'm going to have to get a turntable and listen to this. Okay. Classic old school rock, Chuck Berry's Golden Hits. Pretty much everything on here. If you're, I don't know, 30 or over, you should have heard at least some of these songs. I've heard 40 or over, you probably heard them all. Basically the inventor of rock and roll. Okay. Wow. Michael Schenker Group, Built to Destroy. Michael Schenker from the Scorpions, great guitar player. German band. I didn't know I had this, but that's another one I want to listen to big time. Cool artwork. Next, we have another David Bowie, Fame and Fashion. It's got Space Oddity, Changes, Starman, 1984, Young Americans, Fame, Golden Years, TVC 15, Heroes, DJ Fashion, and Ashes to Ashes. I didn't remember I had this many David Bowie albums, but I am a big fan, so it's not that surprising, but it is a little bit. Next, we've got Joe Walsh, The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get. Really cool stuff. I'm a big Joe Walsh fan. Great guitar player. The backside is upside down. I'm supposing that's the way it's supposed to be. Rocky Mountain Way, Bookends, Wolf, Midnight, Moody's, Happy Ways, Meadows, Dreams, Days Gone By, and Daydream. Wow. Yeah, I was big into Joe Walsh. Stealing a lot of his licks, especially Rocky Mountain Way. A lot of fun to play. Here's a band that was new at the time, The Police, Orlando Samore. This is when Roxanne kind of exploded. KLBJ Radio in Austin started playing Roxanne. It's kind of famous. That's kind of how they made their leap to success, was by a radio station in Austin, Texas. Saw them live, great show. Andy Summers, underrated guitarist. He always had some cool sounds, a lot of interesting chord structures. Miss them. It would be cool to see them put out some new material, but you know, at our age, I guess you just live on the past here. What is this? This is what? Oh, Johnny Cash and Tennessee 2. I don't think this is mine, but all right. More classic. The Cars, Panorama. I have to say I love the Cars' first 2 albums, the original first one and Candy-O. Those were unbelievable. I did like this one. Touch and Go, Give Me Some Slack, Don't Tell Me No Getting Through, Misfit Kid, Down Boys, You Wear Those Eyes, Running to You, Up and Down. It had a couple of songs that I liked, but to me the first 2 albums were quintessential Cars. Cool album though. Here's one without a cover, and it looks kind of scratched up to show for it, and it is The Best of the Doobies. First song on here is China Grove, Long Train Running, Taking It to the Street. So, yeah, there's some good songs on that one. Oh, wow. I remember this one. People are going to be like, who in the heck is this? That's the cover. That's the backside, and it's Public Image Limited. It's Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols teaming up with Steve Vai on guitar. Really cool album, really cool stuff, and there's some surprisingly catchy songs on here. It was a really cool collaboration. I haven't read much on interviews about Vai working with Johnny Rotten. I heard he's pretty hard to work with, but they put out some great music here, and I wish it would have lasted more than just this album. But Steve Vai was always kind of a hired gun at this time, and he had so many projects, it was unbelievable. So I understand that, you know, not sticking with one thing too long. But if you haven't heard this, it's definitely worth listening to. Okay, what do we have here? I have the cardboard with no vinyl. Masters of Guitar Volume 1, Ida Presti, Alexandre Lagoya. I don't remember this, so I don't know. All right. Here we have Creedence Clearwater Revival, Creedence Gold. Proud Mary, Down on the Corner, Bad Moon Rising, Heard It Through the Grapevine, Midnight Special, Have You Ever Seen the Rain, Born on the Bayou, and Susie Q. Every single one of these is a classic song. John Fogerty, master songwriter, master guitarist, great singer. Guy had it all. Still does. And the last one on box 1 is Vivaldi, classical album. Don't think it was mine. I think one of Charles was wound up in here. Another one. but I'd like to listen to it. It sounds interesting. So anyway, that's the unboxing of box 1. I think box 2 has many more surprises into it, and I know that I'm missing some classic and progressive rock. I know I've got a lot of Rush and I've got a lot of Yes, and they're probably going to be in this next box. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys later.